Hello and welcome to the Gentle December Reset. We're in week 2 already. I can't believe it. I hope you enjoyed the tasks over the weekend, an opportunity to get out in nature and a gentle grounding meditation. I'd love to hear your reflections if you'd like to email me and tell me how those went. Today, we're going to be looking at a really important topic to get us through any stressful time and, in fact, to get us through life in general, and that is our needs. So it's really important that we all know what our needs are, but it's not really something that we ever get taught to think about. So I'm going to give you a little framework today to have a journal on or just have a reflect on as you move through your day and really think about what are your true needs. So when we think about needs, we're not thinking about the things that get us to ecstatic and dancing on the rooftops and wonderful and amazing. We're thinking about the things that get us to okay. So it's quite a low bar, but it's a really important one because they're the foundations that everything else is built on. So we want to get to a nice, manageable, short list of needs that gets us to okay. So we can meet life's challenges without falling over and be okay. So there are a few different ways to look at our needs. And with each of them, we want to think about how much we need of that thing and how often. And we'll start with the basics, our physiological needs. So these are the ones that tend to come to mind quite readily. Things like getting enough sleep, getting enough water, eating enough of the right foods, and getting enough movement. So thinking about what do you need to put in place to get enough sleep at this time of year? It can be really difficult with all the parties and stuff going on to actually get as much sleep as we do normally. And in fact, most of us need more sleep in the winter. So that's a good one to think about. Are you drinking enough water? And if we're having more coffees and more alcohol, we need to drink more still. Thinking about eating the right kinds of foods, and you will know what's best for you. And then thinking about working in, again, the right kinds of movement for you, whether that's walking or running or yoga or swimming, making sure that those movement needs are met. So those are the basics. Then we want to think about our psychological needs. So these are the things that help us not to feel stressed, not to feel worried, not to feel mentally not okay. And for you, it might be things like meditation, could be journaling, it might be time alone. Really important to know what those things are. So have a think about what is it that you need to not feel stressed, not feel worried. Then we want to think about our relational needs. So time with other people. Who are the important people that you need quality time with? Is it your children, your partner, your family, your friends? And getting really clear how much of that you need and how often. And then the final category is our spiritual needs. So for you, that might be a religious practice like going to church or temple, or it might be time in nature, or again, it might be a meditative practice or another spiritual practice. So just being really clear for yourself that what are the practices or the things that you need to do to be okay spiritually, that if you don't do them, you notice and you don't feel okay. And that's the key, right? So if we don't do these things, we're not okay. So we need to know what they are. So if you can write down a list of them, and then when you don't feel okay, you can look at that list, it's probably going to tell you what you're missing out on. We want to be a bit careful that there are no desires sneaking onto that list. So things like coffee or chocolate, they can feel like a need, but actually they're often filling the space of whatever the true need is. So if you're having a lovely, delicious cup of coffee at 11 o'clock after you've drunk loads of water and had a healthy breakfast, then that's a pleasure. It's really enjoyable. Whereas if you're having a cup of coffee or 5 cups of coffee before 11 a.m. To fill the need for sleep that you didn't get last night, then that's a slightly different thing. And that coffee is not a need. So let's get really clear. What are our true needs and what is going to support you to get to the end of December feeling whatever it was that you decided at the beginning of the reset that you wanted to be feeling at the end of December? So make that list, keep it somewhere close by, and make sure you prioritize meeting your needs. And I will see you tomorrow for the next installment.